Thunder Dragon Punk the movie. Now this is going to be a stream highlights video, but we played the deck so long that even after I finish editing it, it's like an hour and 45 minutes long, which is incredible. We played this deck an awful lot, and I think across almost 2 hours of gameplay, we lost maybe 3 games? I can't even remember. But no, the vast majority of the games we played with this deck were incredibly successful. It's so fun. And to be honest, I'm shocked with just how well it can keep up, especially considering we don't really see this deck played at all. So if you're interested in playing something new, or you just love Thunder Dragons and want to see a little bit more of it, or want to get some guidance on what you can do, anything like that, again, this is just going to be a highlight video going over some of the best games from the stream, which is a lot. But either way, just as a quick introduction here, of course, some of your biggest win conditions. Honestly, the Psychic End Punisher completely dominated. MVP not only of this deck, but of the entire stream. He made appearances in a few different decks, and he was always performing really well. Psychic End Punisher's phenomenal. Of course, we've got Colossus for control. We have our huge mill engine. And some of the improvements that were suggested by chat, most notably Sprite Elf, is going to make the deck significantly more consistent, because what we were struggling with is we didn't have a way to use Cross Sheep after we had activated its effects. It just sort of sat there and got in the way. Now that we have Sprite Elf, we can typically go into an IP Masquerena for a Unicorn play on top of everything else, which is even better. Now, we didn't discover this until the end of the stream, so you're not going to see it in some of the earlier replays, but either way, just pay attention, watch all the way through if you want to see how the deck works. I am going to be doing a deck profile at the end. It's very similar to the deck we covered about a week ago. We did a 60 card version. This is the 40 card version. I think this version's better. To be perfectly honest with you, I just do think it's much more consistent. There's no such thing as a dead card in this deck, except for maybe evenly matched. But yeah, we're going to talk about that towards the end. Sit back, watch the gameplay, have a bit of fun, and yeah, if you're new around, subscribe if you haven't, or maybe you have been watching and you just haven't thought to subscribe. I would appreciate it if you did, and if you enjoy what you're watching, like the video. Being sent all the way back down to gold because of my holiday was heartbreaking. We need to get back where we belong in diamond. So that's what we're going to fix here today. Oh my god. What a hand. What an opening hand. Everyone's comfortable with the music and everything. It's all comfortable volume. Everyone's dead on. What are we playing against? Live Twins. Nice. Here, by all means, here we'll be live for the next. We might actually stream maybe even longer than normal. We might go for 5 hours, depending on how life treats us. I'm gonna let this go. I'm gonna wait. He might go into Gigantic Sprite here. So if he does, that's what we're saving the imperm for. But no, 100%, we'll be live for the next 4 or 5 hours. If you want to hop in as well, grind alongside me, then absolutely. Yep, there is the Gigantic Sprite. That's fine. We can negate this now. Music is on. Absolutely. Thunder Dragons are life. This is like literally has to be like my favorite deck. And the punks, oh my god, punk Thunder Dragons. I think branded Thunder Dragons, like you said in chat, is also super good. But punk Thunder Dragons, oh my lord, the deck just cannot be beat, man. Infernoids, ooh, that's a good one. That's a really good one. I love Infernoids. Absolutely. And there you go, that is how you beat Sprite. Infinite Impermanence. Imperm is such a good card right now. I feel like everyone should be playing it at 3. It's such a good card right now. I'm going to Ogre Dance to beat an Ash. Hopefully he Ashes this. He might. He doesn't have Ash. Interesting. Deck the hand. Let's go Xiamen. Okay, let's go Xiamen. So now we're going to Chaos Space. We're going to see if we can scar this lad off here. Dropping the Thunder Dragon Dark, man, you're not going to regret it. Thunder Dragons is dope. Wait, are we not playing the Blackluster Soldier? Oh, I mean, I wouldn't have grabbed it anyway, but I thought we were. I thought we were playing the Blackluster Soldier. I'll have to fix that. So now we're going to go Wyverburster. If you're building Thunder Dragons, Like, branded Thunder Dragons is a really, really solid way to go. Invoked is kind of hit or miss right now because of the ban to Union Carrier. What are you doing? What have you got up your sleeve? What could this be? Oh, we might have an Imperm or an Effect Veiler. Because it's only live now that we summon the wipe. Yeah, it's probably an Imperm or an Effect Veiler. Okay. Yeah. But, in branded Thunder Dragons or P.U.N.K Thunder Dragons, I think are the way to go. And I think P.U.N.K is just more fun. I don't necessarily think it's better, but I think it's way more fun. So we've got a few options here for what we can do next. I'm gonna Xiamen. I want him to do his Imperm. It might be a Veiler as well, but I think it's Imperm. We're gonna pay 600. He didn't use it. Okay. Right, then we're gonna grab Deer Note then. That's fine. Alrighty, what are our options here? It's so, like, this is dope. Okay. You can only bounce monsters, right? Yeah, target a special summon monster your opponent controls. Yeah. Okay, let's just go for Foxy Tune then. Or Deer Note. Yeah, we'll do Deer Note. Branded's a good way of doing it. Absolutely. Branded's really solid. Especially if you're doing, I'm not sure if you saw my video on branded Thunder Dragons I put up recently. When you're doing it with the Dimension Shifter and maybe even like a Dimensional Prison and things like that you could put in there. Dimensional Fissure, sorry. You could do a whole ton of things with that deck right now. You can go nuts. I think we do this. Yeah, let's do this. Let's just go for it. Let's just go for it. He's probably going to Imperm this. Which is a little annoying, but it's definitely not the end of the world, right? He might Imperm this. If he's smart, he would. But there's not really a winning scenario here. Like, this is just a lose-lose situation for our friend here. If I'm being real, it is just lose-lose. He might have Sprite Smashers, I guess. Sprite Smashers would be a bit of a problem. Not like a really big problem, but enough to worry us. Oh, that's unfortunate. Ooh. Don't like that. Dude, do not like drawing this guy. Oh, that's really bad. That did not benefit us at all. Yikes. Yoicks. That's fine though. We stick with it. We stick with it. Full steam ahead. Branded might be a good choice. Yeah. Branded tier, yeah. If you have the branded cards, then branded's super, super versatile. Yeah, I mean, I think... I don't know. They were always... Which droplet he had? Interesting. Okay. He had droplet. Yeah, sprites, I mean, it sort of disappeared overnight, right? But it's still really good. Okay. If he thinks I'm even the slightest bit perturbed by that, he has another thing coming. Like, I literally, it's not even funny how little I care about what he just did. Playing Dweller, I am not. I thought I was. Maybe, I think I made modifications to the deck, but I think I forgot to save them. No, I didn't. I'm playing Carp instead. If we don't use the Sharkusai very often, I'll take out Carp and we'll put in the Sharkusai, and we'll put in a Dweller. Because that's not a bad idea, for sure. We could go into you. Do we have any good lights to banish? Let's summon the Black Dragon Collapsement. We're gonna drop the White Dragon. Summon the Black Dragon. Now we get the Chaos Base, draw a card. Love to see it. We +1. The amount of times that this has saved me is not even funny. Foxy Tune's not a terrible draw. We could have gone in the Dweller right now. What's our play? Do we have Lethal? I'm trying to think if we have Lethal. I don't think we do, but we might. I'm gonna summon back the Dark. Then we Oh, we might. Hang on. Wait, pause. We've already done the zombie. He negated it. We don't have zombie left. Zombie is already here and negated. Banish 2 for our Chaos Ruler. Do we have a play here? Do we have a play? I think we do. I think we do. I think we have a winning play here. I believe. So we're going to drop the Foxy Toon to drop our other Foxy Toon. Now that's where the dimensional the D shifter, dimensional shifter, and what's its face come in handy. Dimensional fissure. Gee, I couldn't get that out for the life of me. So if we go with these two, right? Summon this here. We needed to summon this first before the Colossus because Cross Sheep can give us a little baba boost if we do it in this order. So we use our Dark to summon Colossus. Yep. Then Cross Sheep activates. Cross Sheep will revive basically any level 4 or lower from our graveyard. We get back our Ziyaman. Everything gets a 700 attack point boost. Then I can activate the Psychic End Punisher. We're going to banish Cross Sheep. We're going to banish the Sprite. Banish both. Going into the battle phase, we gain a bunch of attack points with our Psychic End Punisher. And there you go. GG's. 5,800 to the face, 33 to the face, 25, 13. We had over 10,000 damage on our board. Over 10,000. And we could have, and then main phase 2, if he for some reason survives that, main phase 2, we go into the Moonlight Dragon, and that gives us a bounce on his turn as well. Shooting Razor, I can replace Razor with Carp, but I don't think there's room for access code. Because every card in this deck sees play. Every single one of them. Okay, so this is... We got Snow. This is a good hand. Oh, Branded. Branded. Interesting. Okay. Grabbing Branded in red. So we had the fusion. He was doing that to bait me. Right. Okay, gotcha. Please don't be Tear. This is not the hand to be dealing with Tear. I mean, we can probably beat it, right? But it's just, I would rather not have to worry about it right now. Albaz and Tragedy. Oh, it's literally vanilla looking ass Branded. Holy crap. When was the last time you saw this? What could counter Branded Thunder Dragon? It plays a lot of high level monsters, so it can brick. Now, the thing about branded Thunder Dragons is your branded cards, of course, help with that, but because you're playing so many branded cards, it means that certain other tools, like your Chaos Space and things that would normally be able to use your bricks, typically can't anymore. So branded Thunder Dragons is really solid, but its worst enemy is itself. That Maxi actually doesn't, not the branded version. Like, they're gonna draw like 2 cards, 3 cards at most. And the interruptions you put up are going to be more than worth it. But it's mainly that. Non-targeting Banishment. Banishment really hurts it. It doesn't play ridiculously well into Tear, but Mirror Jade does give it a decent matchup, as well as being able to play like D-Shifter and stuff. So it's not terrible, but it could be a little bit better. They're going to Branded in red, fuse again into what? Masquerade? You could go Masquerade if you want. I mean, I guess. It's up to you, bro. So for a while you got grass. Dragonlink with grass. Ooh, I have not done that yet. Good sir. I could do that. There's nothing wrong with that. Could do that. Yeah, Branded is a regular vanilla Branded Despia. It has had better days. It has had better days. I'll say that much. I'm gonna activate this. Just so I have one engrave. Okay, the Cult of the Grave is going to be very useful here. The fact, right? So what's So he's going to get us super low in life points because of Masquerade. Then we're going to bring out the Psychic End Punisher. And we're going to gain 1,000,000 attack points. And it's going to be schnasty. And it's all going to be his fault. I don't know what to tell you. I don't make the rules. I just enforce them. I don't make the rules. We're going to Chaos Space. We got some options. Dropping the Roar. The Idolock. Yeah, I mean, you can still do that. There's nothing wrong with it. I literally have gone against it once, ever. So I'm not really in a position to comment. But you can still play the Idolock. It's just not that good, apparently. Otherwise, people would be playing it. We can go into... I guess we could do Dweller here. I could normal the Snow. If this card... Normal or special summon, target a face-up monster. I mean, yeah, I normal the Snow, then he, like, banishes it, but I don't really care about that. Yeah, I mean, we'll just flip something. What do we flip? Do we care more about Masquerade or Mirror Jade? I'm A-okay with Masquerade taking some of my life points, to be honest with you. I'm perfectly fine with Masquerade taking some of my life points. If he wants to Mirror Jade banish me, by all means. Go right ahead, my friend. Like, I don't really care about Snow in this matchup. Snow is like, Snow is okay in the 40 card version, but I'm not the biggest fan of it, right? We might replace it with like a DD Crow or something, but I mean, there you go. It proved its usefulness. It Book of Moon something. That's neat. So we're gonna summon our White Dragon Wyver Burster. Banishing Roar. Awesome. Roar then summons out Dark. So, I mean, he's taking life points from us, sure, but he's not gonna live to regret it, right? This is gonna get rough. Assuming we can get a tuner, that is. I don't know if we're in a position to do that. I would love to have a tuner right now. Hey, yo, tuna! Alrighty. So we're gonna go into Cross Sheep. Cross Sheep is pretty dope. That triggers Dark and the Wyver Burster. 600. That's fine. Again, I'll pay all the life points. I will pay all of the life points. That is absolutely fine by me. Need to grab the Black Dragon. We need to make our move in the next couple of moves, though. We do need to make a move here. Need to get schmoving. We could Unicorn spin it back. But that's boring. You can't be using Link material to turn your summon, right? Well, you can. It would if I had a way of getting a tuner. I can make both Titan and Colossus, yeah, but I want to make sure we actually win. Is my only concern. Yeah, we don't have access to a tuner right now, unfortunately. We didn't get any of our Punk cards. We have like 1,000,000 Punk starters, and we didn't get any of them. So it sucks to suck, I guess. Yeah, okay. We don't really have much of a choice here. We kind of have to Unicorn this guy away. That's fine. It is what it is. We can't pop anything with Titan. We don't have any cards to discard. We've used the effects of all of our... Oh, I know what you mean, actually. Yeah. No, you're 100% right. We could Thunder Dragon Fusion, because we have 3 Darks in the grave. We have a Roar. We have a Roar banished. Yeah, so 100% we could actually do this. And that should be lethal. And that's just lethal again. This deck's a little bit scary, I'm not gonna lie. Shuffling back all 3 Darks, bringing out the Titan. Yeah, I didn't even think about that, to be honest, Chief. But no, you're 100% correct. 100. Gonna hit him with the Hawk. Chaining the Titan. Xiamen is Earth. Which is a little unfortunate, but it is what it is. Summon out Roar. So he's going to try and wipe our field during the end phase, but I don't think we care about that, like, at all. Like, we literally don't care about him not doing that at all. Chaos Space, just for, I don't know, BM, I guess. I don't know. Shuffling back the White Dragon. That is fine. Grabbing, there's the Xiamen, although it's a little bit too late, but whatever. It's there on the imaginary next turn. That's not going to happen because we have lethal, but sure. Wait, hang on, do we have lethal? 32, 7. Yeah, we do. Okay, right. Do we? I can add it. Yeah, I can. It's exactly 8,000, isn't it? I'm pretty sure it's 8. Yeah, it is. It's exactly 8,000. Alright, good. I thought as much. I just was nervous that I was going to make myself look like an idiot when he had like 200 life points left. God damn, we're stupid. But we got it. Easy dubs. It is what it is. I'm a little bit disappointed we didn't get the summon like a massive Psychic End Punisher, but you know what? I'm getting rid of this card. Actually, factually, we're gonna Sark it up. Ooh, he's got something. He has the maximum of sheesh. So he does. He has the maximum of sheesh. That's not good. That's not good. That is not good. Okay. How do we play around Maxi? I guess we just have to not suck, right? I mean, is that the plan? Do we just not suck? That sounds like a plan to me. Okay. Right. We have to get him to use it, at least. But we can't let him actually stop something. Oh, it's Shifter. Oh, I don't care about Shifter. Do I care about Shifter? I care about Shifter a little bit. Not a lot, but like a little bit I care about Shifter. Just a smidgen. A smidgen. A smidget. What do we do? Yeah, now we can't use Foxy Tune. We can summon Deer Note, but Deer Note doesn't do us a ton of favors. I think we literally just go Colossus Pass. It's a bit weak, but I think it's the play. I think it is the play, unfortunately. Alrighty, we'll do just that. The Foxy Tune getting shut down really hurts there. We should have opened up our turn with that, but I didn't even think it could have been that. I was convinced it would have been something else. I was convinced it was Maxi. But we'll see what happens. Okay. Ideally, he's playing Exosisters and doesn't have a play. Right? That is what we in the business call a plebeian. Alright. I guess we Foxy Tune now. That was a phenomenal turn, my friend. Very well done in setting that one up. Do you think of that one all by yourself? If that's Macrocosmos, I'm going to have a very stern conversation with your mother. It better not be. That's not what's happening right now. I forbid it. He's thinking about it. He's thinking like, how much do I love my mother? How much? It's not Macrocosmos. You're not doing it. No. He's thinking real hard. Whatever he's got, he's thinking real hard about it. Alright. Whatever, he's thinking real hard. Alright, let's see. So now we get to summon Xiamen. And now, generally speaking, we take an easy dub from here. It should be relatively straightforward. So I guess we just Deer Note. We'll activate Xiamen first, just in case it's like an Ash or an Imperm or something basic. We'll Xiamen. Okay, it doesn't negate that. Top deck in the Thunder Dragon Fusion. Yeah. Titan, the Titan loop is so good. Being able to just constantly loop Titan every single turn. So good. It doesn't come up very often, but being able to play like a resource game like that, most decks don't have a resource game like that. Yeah, I think you're 100% right there, my friend. We even have Foxy Tune as backup just in case something goes wrong. Alrighty. So now we just go Chaos Ruler into the Zombie Vampire into some easy dubs. Some dubskis. And should be pretty straightforward. Chain Link 1, Chain Link 2. I really want to know what card he has that's like so important to him. He doesn't have Nibiru, does he? Hang on, wait, what? Hang on, right, wait, whoa. Does he? Hang on, wait a damn second. He doesn't have Nibiru, right? I'm pretty sure that's illegal. I'm pretty sure it would be illegal of him to have Nibiru. It's called by the grave. Oh, that hurts a little bit, but, you know, whatever. Why didn't... But that was like the perfect card. Why didn't he do that earlier? What? He could have hit the Foxy Tomb with a Call by the Grave and, like, won the game. What? He wouldn't have won the game, but, like, he would be in a less shitty position. I don't understand. Not a single one of those cards were of any value in the graveyard. God damn. At least we can Foxy Tune. Do we still have Lethal? I don't think we do anymore. God damn. Have we normal summoned? We have not. So I can use Ogre Dance. I think we still have Lethal. Yeah, we still have Lethal. That's what I should name this deck. I should just call this deck. Yeah, we still have Lethal. It's all good. It's all good. All good in the hood. If we just Synchro Summon, I think, yeah. We just Synchro Summon into the Psychic End Punisher, use Chaos Ruler's effect to bring him back, and then we have Lethal on board. Like, it's that easy. Like, I don't get it. Banish Snow and Ogre Dance. Literally GG's. See if this man has Battle Fader. I'll give him a medal. I will give him a medal if he has Battle Fader. Okay, and 26, 3k, 41, and GG's. Guess we're a little Block Dragon. Yeah, there you go. Didn't even let the 41 go through. Didn't even let it go through. What the hell kind of deck was he playing? That was garbage. Thunder Dragons are dangerous. That's not a... I plead the fifth. You can't make me answer that question. It's illegal to ask questions like that. That's how you find yourself with a knock at your door. Nope, I'm not answering it. Oh, the Sheeshmeister. Well. That's a very tough question. Oh, no. We shotgunned the Allure and got the perfect card, but in the wrong situation. We got it under Max C. Oh, no. Fine, whatever. Oh, do I have to? What's the alternative play? What happens if I don't do this? So I activate this, he draws one because I have to summon Dark. Then I need to pitch Dark somehow, which is going to involve summoning something else. So that's to draw 3 to grab Hawk. Drop. No, I'm sorry. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. It simply isn't. We drew a Maxi of our own though. But it's simply not worth it. We have to just let that go. Otherwise, again, we're going to give him literally 5 cards just for a Colossus, and that's not worth it. Not in any sense of the word. Well, listen, what we'll do is, I'm planning on playing Dinos on the stream anyway. You can make your mind up for yourselves, which we have more fun with, right? Which, if we enjoy the Thunder Dragons more, or if we enjoy the Dinos more. You're not allowed to be this good at the video game. It's simply not allowed. God damn it. He is playing Mermails though, so I can't be annoyed at him, right? Like, whenever they're playing like a Chad deck, I'm like, alright, I can let these shenanigans slay, this utter chicanery. That's my word of the day, by the way. I finally used it. I've been trying to use the word chicanery in a sentence for the last 2 days. This utter chicanery, I can tolerate it because they're playing some sort of... Oh, that's not Beast, that's Baron. That's 2 different Bs. You got your Bs mixed up. That's Baron, not Beast. You clown. From a Sprite Adamancipator. Yeah, it's not a good time. But I mean, at the same time, it is what it is. You know, Adamancipators are pretty fun. I do like them. I really like the Magnet Warrior version, just because I love Magnet Warriors. Ever since I played them in Duel Links, I've been in love. I've been in love with them. So any chance I can take to play. That gives me such a conundrum. Okay, Space of Chaos. Okay, Chaos Space. We're gonna drop the crew of the different dimension. Ideally, he Barons this. But then what? Then I'm still cooked. Okay. We need to think about this. This is gonna be a tough one. This is gonna be a tough one. Alright, banish the crew. We're going to summon out the White Dragon. That's fine. Now we'll link off into Striker. That's gonna grab us the Black Dragon. Yep. Alrighty. The Collapsable comes on out. Now we're gonna banish Light, summon Dark. Yep. Now Chaos Space, we will activate. Let's see if he stops to draw 1. He doesn't. Okay. Draw an Imperm. That's not terrible. Is it good? No. Wait, hang on. Wait. I need a Thunder in hand. I need a Thunder in hand to make this good. And there's no Overpunks in Grave. I need a Thunder in hand to make this good. Okay. I think I know what we're doing. I think I know what we're doing. Get a normal crow. Yep. It's gonna go straight in the Unicorn. We're gonna drop... We have to drop Deer... We have to drop Deer Note. I guess we could have done the Collapsible play first, which probably wouldn't probably would have been better actually, going the IP first. But it's fine. It's fine. It's totally fine. Yep, okay, yep, so he stops our thing. Baron is gone. And we live. Are we decimating? So far, yeah, we're on an 8 win streak. We're doing pretty well. Now, only a few of those games have been on stream, obviously. I haven't been streaming for long enough to have that many games. But, you know, for the games that we have had, it's been working out. Now, we summon out our Colossus, and do we have lethal? Maybe? Potentially, kind of. Gonna summon out, there you go. GG's. Which means we need to be preemptive, not reactive. We're going first, of course. Of course we see it when we draw first. That's fine though, because this is actually a really solid hand. So we're going to force him to use his Ash Blossom here. He's going to use his Ash to negate this. Or not. Okay. Letting me have it. Then I guess we activate you. Grab ourselves a Foxy Spoon. So, wait. What could he have activated in response to this, but not this? Interesting. And it's activatable now. What? What have you got? Alright, okay. We'll activate P.U.N.K. Drop itself to the grave. Dropping Roar to the grave. It could be Shifter, but you think you would have used it by now. Numeron Wall, I suppose it could be, yeah. There's nothing stopping it from being Numeron Wall. Because we did win the coin toss, right? So we chose to go first. So it could be Wall. Although it's been a hot minute since I've seen Numerons. Could also... If it was Shifter, he would have used it by now. 100%. What do we do for a light target if we summon you? I won't really have a choice, do we? It's fine. Crow's Dog... Oh, he wouldn't have been able to use it in response to Emergency Teleport. Unless it's two different cards. I mean, that's always possible. Dark and Crow. Oh, yes. Hitting the Crow. Nice. Got a wee Crow of our own. Let's do this. Nice. So we're going to go Ruler and P.U.N.K into Le Zombie. He's playing like actual Cyframe, was it Cyframe Alpha who negates spells? I'm pretty sure it's Alpha that negates spells. That'd be based as hell. I would love that. I actually saw a video on that recently. So, I mean, hopefully, that'd be pretty cool. What do we get to steal? He's playing the Dinos! We're playing Dinos! Oh my god. Oh my god. This man fucks. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Misk! It's Misk! It's Miscellaneousaurus! No shot. No, none of these Dinos will trigger. None of these will trigger. What do you call it? So we grab Dark, yeah. Oh, Dark's a hell of a mill as well. Oh my god, this man fucks. I'm sorry. That's pretty feckin' based. Royal Rare Ash Blossom, yeah. God damn. He's playing the Synchro version too. I feel like the Synchro version is the only version I ever see. I don't know. I feel like our Dinomorphia version's better. But maybe I'm wrong. He does have the Misk. Oh my god. We've got... Oh, DD Crow counters Dinos so hard. Oh, I feel a little bit bad. Oh no. Now we can bring back the Ruler. We can do that now, right? We might as well. We have Roar and Grave. Yeah, we might as well. We might as well. We're gonna banish the... We'll banish the P.U.N.K, I guess? Or the Wyver Burster? Yeah, banish the Wyver Burster. Fuck that guy. Banish Roar. Yep, banish the Roar. Get Bubba banishing. I will absolutely annihilate him. I know exactly how his deck works. It's a little bit unfair. It's a little bit unfair. He's got the Misk though. Misk is really, really good, but we have the counter. We simply have the counter. We get to special summon one of these dorks from deck. What do we summon? Where are we on levels? I guess we just go for a... might as well just go for another Roar, right? Yeah, let's just go for another Roar. Is Cross Sheep is once per turn. Cross Sheep is once per turn. But it's not the first summon, so... Technically, we can... What I'm doing, first of all, is I'm setting up the... I'm setting up a Psychic End Punisher here. So that whenever we use our Colossus, we can get a wee 700 attack point boost. What's the Synchro effect do? So, as long as my life points are lower than his, he's unaffected. Once per turn, pay 1,000, snipe a card you control and a card they control. And at the beginning of every battle phase, he gains attack points equal to the difference between our life points permanently. So, pretty busted. Oh, it just gains, the whole field goes up by 700 attack. So it just means our Colossus is going to be 3,300 instead of 26. Oh, we even get to go Mask Arena. Oh, we can't because of my placements. That's fine though. We will Hawk. It's meh, but it makes it bigger than most monsters. It's not a huge difference, but if I can put an advantage in my corner, why wouldn't I, right? It's just another thing. We sacrifice this for Colossus. Because going for 26 isn't that big. 26 can be swung over by a lot of things. Oh yeah, that's the main reason we're using it. Like, that's what I'm saying, but it's not one. If you summon it, it gets every effect of every card it points to. So I get plus 700 and Monster Reborn. If that makes sense. I don't know if that clears it up. Yeah, you get both. Yeah, you get both. Big time. My only problem is I don't like the fact that this is here. Because I can't summon anything. I can't summon my Mask Arena. That's something we need to think about for the next game. That's something we need to think about. How's it going, my friend? Welcome to the stream. Yeah. What good ways are there for making use of that? Okay, we're gonna crow. We're gonna crow this Misk away. First of all. Get out of here. It's either attack boost or... Yeah, well, either that or we can try to think of a way to get rid of this, but you're probably right. You're probably right. Something worth thinking about. We have a lot of card advantage this time around. See, we get reduced by 500 here, so our Colossus would only have been 2,100. Which is not very big. Archosaur... Chainlink 1... Okay, he just gets Jurek token. Okay. I don't follow. I don't know where he's going with this. True. I shouldn't have... If I knew that Mask was coming, 100%. But you know what? Our turn was even better than I anticipated. Oh no. Oh no. That's not good. God damn. Why didn't the Archosaur pop? Unless the card left in his hand is Big Evolution Pill. Double Evolution Pill. I think the card left in his hand would have to be Double Evolution Pill, because if he was smart, he would have used the Petit Pteranodon to... Sorry, the Archosaur to pop the Petit Pteranodon. Now, he can Overraptor here, but he has to send it to the graveyard because of our Colossus. So whatever he picks, he has to send to the grave. He can't add it to his hand. Sends the Ultimate Conductor because he thought it was coming to his hand. Because he's not very smart. So now he's going to activate its effect, target a monster in grave, to pop the token, to protect the token, do his whole shenanigans. I'm just going to DD Crow his target and ruin his day. Like, I'm sorry. I feel a little bit bad, but this is why you play the Dinomorphia version and not the Synchro version. Sprite Elf. Sprite Elf. That's a shout. That's a hell of a shout, actually. Yo, that's a feckin' idea right there. I'm with you. Because we would have been able to bring back even like a Max C to just keep playing. Yeah, Sprite Elf is the way. That is the way. 100%. Man, you're an absolute genius. We were literally just talking about ways of getting rid of Cross Shape for something useful. Man, Sprite Elf. That's so good. Alright, Baby gets popped, summons another monster out. We're doing fantastically, my friend. Add in Diviner of the Hell. Oh, okay, well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. We have Baron already. So Baron's in here. That's cool. Oh, he's actually unironically gonna destroy this by battle. Alright, whatever. Diviner of the Herald. Diviner for what? What do we send? Is there anything worth sending? He's gonna... What's he trying to revive? Oh no, wait. Oh, it pops and then revives. Okay, so it doesn't actually need to target... Okay, right. He has enough dinos in grave to make it worth it. This is unfortunate. And this... Man, the extra deck is so tight. We could take out Striker, but Striker's useful. Dweller and Shooting Riser, I guess we could drop. We've already taken out Snow. Or we had Snow, but we took it out. Mans is playing. How you doing, my friend? Welcome to the stream. Man, I thought I had this guy beat. He's doing something. He's doing something. Destroy a monster you control. Probably, yeah, destroying the baby. Baby gets summoning again. You could bring out a level 2 and then go into Brawn. He could do that. He could bring out a level 2 and then go into Brawn. Definitely possible. This guy's gaming. Dinos are amazing. It is P.U.N.K, yep, but this time it's the 40 card version. We did the 60 card version for a video about a week ago. Now we're doing the 40 card version. And he scoops it up. Why? Oh, but that man. Oh my god, my dude. We're either gonna win or we're gonna lose on our terms. It's as simple as that. It is as easy as that. Pretty much. And if it comes down to it, might have to. But, you know, ultimately, if I can avoid it, I would like to. Hang on, I'm getting a little warning. No, unfortunately there is not. Everything running okay? YouTube's telling me that the stream is lagging and stuff, but I mean, I can't see anything. So, let me know. I've got 2 copies of Studio open. Alright. Either way, let's get playing the game. We're gonna go for Emergency Teleport. Zeoman coming on out. Free to attack for each grave card in your field and graveyard. Turn to the hands. That's pretty good. It's pretty funny. Yeah, I'm with it. I like it. I like it. We're gonna go Foxy Tune then, I guess. Gonna activate Foxy Tune. Gonna drop the... We'll drop a Maxi. We don't need 2 of them. Potentially, yeah. I mean, if on our next stream we could do it, yeah. Okay, now we're gonna go. Just a huge. I mean, did you not see the wins we were getting with the Psychic and Punisher? Sometimes that's all you need. Just you can beat anyone with a big enough stick. Okay, so Dear Note. Bringing back the Foxy Tune. There's our second level 8. Now we're going to mill 5 off of the Magical Dragon. Foxy Tune, DD Crow, Dark. Nice. Phenomenal banishes. We're going to grab ourselves a wee DD Crow. Nice, 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 nice. Love to see it. Now we're going to go into the Zombie Vampire. Exceeding off with these 2. Now we're going to get some vital information here. This is going to tell us a lot about what our opponent is playing. They're playing Tier, of course they are. I mean, they won't mind if I take their Rhino Heart, will they? They won't mind if I take it, right? I guess we can just... We got so many options, it's actually unreal. We're going to go for the Chaos Ruler, first of all. Yeah, we're gonna banish... Ooh, we've got Hawk actually already banished, huh? Hawk is already banished. It's fine, we're gonna banish it anyway. We're gonna banish Thunder Dragon Dark. That means our magical dragon's coming out in attack position. Alrighty. Now, Dark will activate Chain Link 1. Hawk will activate Chain Link 2. That was probably a mistake. Why did I activate Hawk? I'm so dumb. It's fine. It's all part of the plan. That was not a wise course of action for us to take there. I'm not going to lie to you. I have in the past made better plays. That was not among my best plays. Yikes. Okay. Trying to figure out what the best way to go from here is. Because I did sort of cuck myself a little bit. I'm not going to lie to you. I would not lie to you, my friend. Have I got away putting a level 4 on board? I don't think I do. It'd be pretty funny if I did, but I don't think I do. Alrighty, I guess we're just gonna go for Roar, discard to grab ourselves a little Thunder Dragon Fusion. We're gonna use these two then for Cross Sheep. Linking them off luckily doesn't trigger its effect, so we don't have to worry about anything. Geomathemech Final Sigma in zombies, you could. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing inherently wrong with it. Doesn't do you a ton of favors, though, in terms of just its own viability. Gonna shuffle back 3. We're gonna summon out Titan right here. That'll trigger a Cross Sheep for a little Monster Reborn action. Monster Reborn. Out comes the Omen. And we can do Psychic and Punisher, or we can do Masquerina. Masquerina might just be better. Actually, our whole hand is full of hand traps. I don't really want to discard any of them. So we'll go for the Psychic and Punisher. Nice. Out it comes. I will set a card. We'll set a card. We've got Max C. We got DD Crow. Oh, we can also shuffle back this. Gotta get Elf back in the deck. Elf. We do have to put Elf in the deck. Yes, you're 100% correct. E-Tele? Oh my god. It's just, I'm simply too good at the game. We shall end our turn there. I don't know why I set this. But you know what? Maybe it'll be useful. Who knows? They're running a big deck. We dumped 3 Super Polys into their graveyard. 3 of the cards we hit off of the Zombie Vampire were Super Poly. Well. At least we don't need to worry about that. God damn. Holy shit. Gold Sark. Man's just sarking it up. Are you playing Thunder Dragon tier? If you are, I'm gonna have to steal your list. If that's what's happening right now, I'm gonna have to... Oh, it's branded. Never mind. I thought this man was balling. He is not balling. He is absolutely not balling. We'll see. We'll see. Branded tier, yeah. Ad libitum. So he already has the Aliber. Okay, I'm with you. Either that or he doesn't need Aliber if he's already got like Branded Fusion or whatever. like that. Okay, we're gonna go maximum sheesh then. Branded opening. Man, the thing about this card is that the discard is effect, it's not cause, which means it triggers off the tier cards. But he doesn't have any, thank God. Alright, branded P.U.N.K brings out... Okay, so branded opening brings out Alibur first of all. Then branded fusion will fuse... Probably gonna send a tier name for the Rhino Heart. I would imagine so. Oh, I would imagine so. Yep, there's the Merly. Alrighty. I guess I just DD Crow the Merly, right? There's no harm. We might as well. It's not as if it accomplishes anything for them. Or for us if we don't. I don't like the fact that they sent King of the Swamp. I don't like that. We're gonna DD Crow. We're gonna get rid of this Merly. The other cards I'm gonna hold on to for now. I'm gonna hold on to everything else for now. Yeah, tell me about it. So we've got a few things we can do here. Man, I'm not used to streaming this long. It's getting to me. I'm already getting tired. Alibur, get searching. Probably gonna search for branded in red. Yeah. Oh, Despia and Theater actually. Okay, interesting. Alright, Lubellion will fusion summon. You can actually fuse using the Banish Pile, so we can summon the Merly and the Rhino Heart back into the deck to go into Gate Kalos, or he could even bring out Rule Kalos using King of the Swamp. So he's got a few options here. Merly and Rhino Heart, yep. Back for the... Oh, it could also be Kaleido Heart. No, Kaleido Heart needs 3. Yeah, it is. It's Gate Kalos. Alright, I'm with you. Merly gets negated. No targets. Yes, sir. Activate the Gate Kalos, then we activate our Infinite Impermanence. No! So we're able to beat this easy enough. And we fucked up, right? I used Hawk's effect like an idiot. Oh, you think you're doing that? Oh my god. This guy is absolutely crazy. If he thinks he's going to be able to use cards. How does it feel? You gremlin. I'm salty about Tearlaments. I have absolutely no... I do not lament this aggression at all. He's kind of what? There's Theater. He can Theater summon Rolakalos if he has a Aqua Monster. I guess he could just summon Stapelia, which would also still trigger the Kitkalos. Yeah. Or the Blazing Dragon, that also works. That also triggers it off, yeah. Kitkalos, mill 5. He milled... Oh, he milled a Nagito and Sulik. Oh my god. That's... Our graveyard is looking kind of stacked as it is, my friend. I don't really need you adding to it. Then again, we Thunder Dragon, Dark, and Aurora are now in the grave. Okay, okay. So he grabs Merly. That's fine. He now has Keldo and Mudora in the graveyard. He has both Shufflers in grave. So, Ghost Ogre? No, we don't use Ghost Ogre. Ghost Ogre kind of sucks, I'm not gonna lie. It just kind of sucks. Oh, he sends the Kel back. Kel back. We have to use emergency teleport. It'll cost us some life points, but it's fine. We just can't mill the Xiamen. Even if it just gets destroyed by battle, whatever. I would rather just not have a dead emergency teleport here. Sending the Havness. Okay. Havness can shuffle itself and get Kalos back for a roll Kalos. Or Kaleido Heart. Okay. I don't believe they can, although they could try. Target one card your opponent controls, shuffle it into the deck. Yep, gets rid of Titan. He knows what he needs to do. If I boost up, I'm boosting by 1200. That brings me to 47. So what'll happen is my Psychic End Punisher at the end of the battle phase will no longer be unaffected. I guess it goes up by 1800 actually. Because he's probably going to swing at it with probably... he could do Kaleido Heart, I guess. Oh, no, he's going for that. 23. Okay, bringing me down to 39. Why? Is my question. So, assuming there are no shenanigans, I have less life points than him, so what shenanigans could there possibly be, right? What am I missing? Don't I just win? Don't I just go into the next battle phase and blow this guy's back out? Like, I'm confused. Is something I'm missing? Now he's got me worried that I'm missing something. I'm just gonna go for it. We boost up by 4,600. We're at like 9,900 life points. That doesn't do anything. Like, exactly 10,000 into the 800 attack point Merly. Huh? Where is your god now? What an absolute clown. Oh my god. But that's it. It's just my calling. It's just Thunder Dragons. I'm like, I don't know why I thought I needed any deck other than Thunder Dragons. I was a fool. I was a damn fool. You only need Thunder Dragons. We've yet to use Evenly Matched. We've yet to use it. It's always here. We've yet to use it. That's fine though. Grabbing Foxy Toon, I guess. Yes, sir. This puts a light and a dark in the graveyard already, which is awesome. Good. Gonna drop the dark in. Why not? Summon out Deer Note. Going into the Chaos Ruler. Alrighty. Chaos Ruler, then Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2 will be the Deer Note. Reviving the Foxy Toon. And we're loving it. So then we mill 5. Hawk is a... Hawk's a good one. Hawk's a good one. Nice. Well, here, absolutely. I mean, I did mention that in like a couple of streams ago. No meta, no wins. Damn, it smells like broken here. Hopefully that means he's not playing a meta deck and he doesn't have any wins. Or maybe that implies that he is playing a meta deck because all he cares about is winning. No, he's playing Lunalights. He is most certainly not playing a meta-based strategy. He's playing Lunalights. I commend you, good sir, you fucking furry. But you know what? Lunalights are cool. I like it. I can get behind it. Does this have a graveyard effect? It does. Target polymerization in your graveyard, add it to your hand. If this card is banished, you can activate this effect. Okay, so this doesn't provide any value to him in the graveyard, right? None of this is useful to him in the graveyard? Okay. So Foxy Toon's probably a better summon then. Alright. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Then we shall banish 2. So we're gonna... Why am I so dumb? Why am I so not smart? God damn it. I thought I had a light. All it takes is one bad day. Go for Roar. Activate the Roar. Because we're stupid and we need to grab our Hawk back. Love it. Okay. Now we activate the Hawk. We revive the Dark from the banish pile. Foxy was the light. Yeah, I put that one together eventually, yeah. Shizer. I guess the play doesn't change though, does it? It's still you and you. Into Cross Sheep. I wanted to do the Harbinger. That's like what my big play was. I wanted to do the Hope Harbinger Dragon as well as Colossus and stuff. But I mean, apparently it was not to be. Gonna summon this here. You know, it just do be like that sometimes. Cross Sheep will boost and revive. So 3300 attack on that Colossus is pretty solid. Pretty good. Tis pretty good. Do we have any level 2s worth reviving? Do we? Trying to think whether or not we go into Psychic and Punisher, or what I can do is I can go Sprite Elf here. Yeah. I think that's better. I think that's better because it makes my Colossus untargetable. For sure. Yeah, it makes the Colossus untargetable, plus I get to revive a card back. We'll revive the Maxi. And then we can use these two to go in the IP Masquerena. Yeah, that's a lot better than what we were doing. I think that's a ton better. Yeah, because now Sprite Elf just brings back the Maxi again. And we can link it off into Unicorn with Masquerena, drop the evenly matched, spin a card back. Lunalight Fusion. Okay, so we're gonna go Elf. Gonna bring back the Maxi. He got copyright strikes? Really? For what? I guess he uses copyrighted audio and stuff. I think. I guess. I don't know. I haven't looked into it. I mean, I'll have to have a look at the channel to see what's going on. That's bad. That's a bit sad to hear. I'm not gonna lie and say I was super familiar with the guy, but I mean, I did watch a few of his videos. They were entertaining. I like them. Lunalight Fusion.
Uses anime scenes. Yeah, he does do that. That is fair. Yeah, he does do that. Even the voices and stuff. Unfortunate, but I mean, a learning experience nonetheless. Oh! You boys got the freaking Royal Rare Lunalite Saber Dancer. Yo! Man is absolutely a furry. What? Abso-freaking-lutely. This card is untargetable. Right, okay. Can be destroyed, but it cannot be targeted. That is fine. So he gets to do a bunch of stuff. He summons out the Kaleidochick. Adds Tiger back to hand. A Royal Rare Tiger as well? God damn. This man's going hard. What? This card is negated. Why are you activating it? Oh, I guess it's still, yeah, it still sends. It just doesn't get to change its name. Alright, I guess it still does the job, yeah. I might have to, yeah, but then it just becomes the situation of how can I consistently get to it? You know? See, the thing is, his big strategy, as far as I'm aware, is... what do you do? Ah. No. No. God damn. No, absolutely not. That card's nuts. I think he really needs my Colossus to be negated. Because he can't search his deck right now. Okay, so we're going to go Masquerena. We're going to go Masquerena now. I mean, like, because I don't want her to get her ass beat. We're going to summon the Unicorn using her and Max C. Summoning out the big guy. Using Unicorn, we're going to discard the evenly matched. We're going to shuffle this back into the deck. That should be a start for us. Although, how do we get rid of this? Luna Dancer is problematic. The Luna Dancer is problematic. Yep, we gotta take out Sprite. Makes sense. I can only imagine you're going to swing it. Oh! You're going to swing at my Colossus. Why? Why? I guess we're going to banish you. And Dark's effect activates. And this is all damage calc as well, so we can't do anything about this. I'm gonna add Fusion to hand. So this cannot be targeted, but it can be destroyed. Okay, then there's a very easy way to beat it. I just will destroy it without targeting it. Easy wins. Although this card is beautiful. Look at that. Even this one. I just like seeing cards that you don't see very often. Honestly, that's it. That's all it takes. How do you go Baron in this build? Probably Diviner of the Herald is a good one. Plague Spreader. Plague Spreader is a good one. You could do Plague Spreader zombie. It being a dark is helpful. You could do Mad Mauler is out. Axel Synchron you could do. You could do Axel Synchron. How I usually do it is with a Shooting Riser Dragon, but I just took that card out. Okay, so we're gonna go into Yaman. I guess I can also just beat it by battle, right? I can also just do that. Okay, so Foxy-Toon. We're gonna drop it. We're gonna drop Call by the Grave. Gonna summon out, I guess, another Yaman is what we're summoning. I thought I had something else, but apparently not. Okay, so we're gonna go for Titan. Shuffling back Uno, Dos, and Trace. 1, 2, and 3. Summoning out the Titan. Okay. I think we can just do this. This is probably smart. Bring out the Psychic and Punisher. I mean, that's sort of pointless. That doesn't matter. That card is not sticking around. We're going to be paying 1,000 life points, banishing Yaman, and banishing this Brotherhood of the Fire Fist. Going into the battle phase, our Punisher will gain attack points up to 7,200. I don't think this is lethal, but it's damn close. Oh, maybe it is. Oh, it is. We're even better than we thought we were. God damn. Cool. This is a decent hand. This is a really good hand, actually. Again, yet to use evenly matched, but it's because we're constantly going first. Alright. Gold Sark. We are going to Sark it up. So what do we do here? I don't want to do dark. Dark grabs what exactly? If we banish Roar, we can summon Dark, yeah, and then we can go into the Chaos Ruler off of that. Yeah, let's do that. Special summon out the Dark. Summoning our Yaman. Activate Yaman, gonna search the deck, pay 600. Gonna grab ourselves a wee Foxy-Toon. Yeah. Alrighty. So we're gonna go into... do we do that first or not? No, we probably want to do this. We probably want to do Deer Note first, just to make sure we can definitely go into something afterwards. Yeah. We're gonna drop it. We're gonna drop the evenly matched. We're going to summon out Deer Note from the deck. Then we're going to Synchro Summon. If we had another level 8... We could have gotten into something. I used to run Omega for this exact reason. But it didn't come up often enough for me to justify a spot. So it's totally fine. Gonna bring back our Foxy-Toon. Might make the whole Harbinger easier to go into this time. Chaos Space, nice hit. Wyver Burster, also a nice hit. DD Crow as well. Do we want the DD Crow here? Or do we prefer the White Dragon Wyver Burster? Oh, did the music stop? Oh, we reached the end of the playlist. That hasn't happened before. We're going a full hour longer than normal, so my playlist isn't built to be going that long. So what do we do? Kinda wanna grab DD Crow. Yeah, I'll grab the Crow. We'll grab the Crow. It's fine. Then we'll use these two. Summon out the Zombie Vampire. Now, the zombie vampire, we're going to detach 1 to get milling and summoning. What do we hit? Grin Maju. That's going to be a hard pass for me, Chief. I'll tell you what. I will tell you what. Hawk going to the grave, massively detrimental. Massively detrimental, right there. Okay. I'm gonna steal your tragedy, though. I'm gonna steal your tragedy. Then... we are going to... link it off. No, link off dark. Yep, and the cross shape. That's fine. That triggers our dark. Man, sending the hawk is really bad. We've already used Roar's effect, haven't we? Yeah, we have. Oh, Lord. That was very unfortunate. That was very unlucky. I'm not gonna lie to you, that was very unlucky. I'm gonna banish the Wyver Burster, gonna banish the zombie vampire. Summon out the Chaos Ruler yet again. And we're gonna use Chaos Space. We're gonna draw a card. Let's just hope it's a good one. Ah, it's not. Unfortunately, it is not. Yeah, no, that's fine. We're actually just finishing up. This is going to be our last game. Oh, Lord. And it's not a good one for us. Not a good one at all. We got royally messed up by the fact we milled our hawk at the wrong time. Royally messed up. Oh, there's just the Punk Thunder Dragons just to finish off the stream. Alright, so we've got Mask Arena here. Luckily, I mean, while we're not in a great position, we do have a few hand traps. And we have the Mask Arena as well. So we're not completely, you know, it's not as if we got nothing. We've got some stuff. So, you know, it's fine. It literally looks like a sprite end board, I know. Alrighty, we're going to bring this back. I don't think I've got any big Link monsters other than Unicorn. I do not. Alrighty, Elf will revive the maximum of Sheesh. Soul Absorption, yep, okay, go figure. This guy's playing Gren Magi, by the way, for anyone who didn't notice. This card is normal or special summoned. That was normal summoned. Right, okay. What we're going to do is we're going to Mask Arena. So we are. It's not Flow, it's Gren Magi. Or Flu, sorry. It's Gren Magi, which is different. But it also relies upon banishing. We're going into Unicorn. In response to Kit. Kit's fine. Kit will just search for a spell or trap card. That is absolutely fine. Grabbing Branded Fusion. And shuffling a card back into the deck. He's going to draw some cards here. We're going to activate our Unicorn. We're going to drop Roar. We're going to banish Fissure. Or sorry, returns, like spin back Fissure. The reason we're doing that is we need to make sure that our maximum Sheesh is alive. So Roar now is going to chain. Seen any Flu? I mean, we did. We saw it once or twice. We didn't see very much of it, but we did see it. Summon out Dark. He gains more life points. That's fine. But now we can activate Maxi, and I want to use it now before he freaking activates another dimensional fissure or something. Just want to use it now and get it over and done with. Branded Fusion, okay. Alright, Branded Fusion. I wonder when we'll be getting the rest of the branded support. Sending Tragedy, sending the Albaz. Drawing a card. Alrighty. Gonna discard Summon Limit. Man, this guy just loves fun, doesn't he? God damn. Gonna activate Infinite Permanence, and hopefully that'll just put an end to this. Hopefully that will just put an end to this. Aliber comes to hand, that's fine, you've already normal summoned. Lubellion gets negated. Yeah, I feel like you're probably right there, to be honest. You're probably right. Although I don't know if we need the Avramax. I feel like just Unicorn is fine. It serves its purpose. There'll be too many times when the Avramax does nothing. I can already tell you that. I can guarantee you. I don't want to top deck into Dark, so I'm just gonna do this. Alright. Nice. Let's see what the cards have in store for us. Ogre Dance. Interesting. What order you used, dear note? You have. Macrocosmos. My god, this guy just loves to have fun. He must have so many friends. Okay. I'm gonna go Xiamen. Xiamen is going to be the way. We're gonna grab Foxy Toon, although we can't really use it. We can't really use it. Crap. Oh my god. Can't really use either of these effects, huh? I guess, yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Avramax, I suppose, not being able to be targeted or destroyed does have its advantages. So yeah, I mean, I guess I get it, yeah. Okay, we're gonna go Ogre Dance. We're gonna tribute our Xiamen. We're just gonna summon it. He is going to gain life points every time we do basically freaking anything. Okay, so we're gonna swing with Ogre Dance, 800 points of damage. He gains 500 back. Okay, then we set a card. And then we'll end the turn. Okay. This thing being 3000 defense is really annoying. Tragedy banishes itself to add back Branded Fusion. Yep. Yeah, I mean, sometimes that happens. Fissures, it's a problem. To a certain degree, it's a problem. To a certain degree. Okay, going straight for the Mirror Jade. Not taking his chances, which makes sense. I'm with it. I mean, it makes total sense. He's gaining so many life points. Okay. Fissure and Macrocosmos, just in case I thought I was getting rid of one. You know, just to be safe, to make sure that I knew that I wasn't allowed to have fun. Alright. Alright, takes out my punk, gains another 500 life points. Okay. Adding branded in red. Yeah, I get it. I get it. I get it, unfortunately. Emergency teleport. Oh, we actually resolved Gold Sarcophagus. Forgot that was even a thing that happened. Right. Alright, well, let's go roar. Thing is, he's playing the banishment game up against... we're playing the banishment game up against Thunder Dragons, right? So, boy still has a way to go. He has not won this game yet. And don't forget, we have a card that quite appreciates there being a rather sizable gap in life points. So, we'll see. It's not over yet, by any stretch of the imagination. I cannot use DD Crow because this needs to go to the graveyard. Okay, that is fine. I already have Tear. I already made a video on it. Kind of sucked at it when I was using it, but you know, it is what it is. It's gonna go in the Chimera here. You don't have Poly Engrave, so I can just negate you. Shuffle back. Bring out the Titan. Yeah. I mean, Tear is going to be good for a while, I would say. Bestials and Cash Tiras are both going to be really good, but I mean, Tear is going to be good for a little while still. Okay, so we're going to stop the Chimera. Chimera being stopped is good, but it's not the end of it. He still has over twice our life points. But we're not going to win if we don't start chipping at it. So, chip we shall. Okay, we will tribute the unicorn. Play dark face down. Whatever. Pass. Our Titan is rather vulnerable right now. Yeah, it's going to be a little while before Cash comes out. And I think Bestials will be even longer, so it's whatever. If you feel like you're enjoying Tear, play Tear. If you're enjoying it, have fun. Go nuts. Aliber. We definitely should have... I messed up big time by not shuffling back at least one copy of Dark. I messed up big time by doing that. That is totally my bad. What did you search for? Branded opening. What are you gonna summon? What are you summoning? Dramaturge. Okay. Gains another 1,000 life points. 17,000 life points. Okay. This is gonna hurt. Right. What? Why didn't he take out my Titan? Down to Dynamore. Yeah, I mean it's fun. It's really good. We were struggling a little bit with it on stream earlier, but you know, it is really good. He didn't take out my Titan. Okay. Let's draw for turn. We got called by the grave. That's not useful. Fine. Okay, so we're gonna activate Roar. We'll chain Titan. Okay. I mean, it looks bleak, but we've maybe got a little something cooking. Pop the Chimera. Roar, add back Fusion. Okay, that's fine. You get to heal up. You get to heal up again. Another 1,000 life points. Alright. But it's the beginning of the end for this guy. Gonna shuffle back 3. Summoning out our Titan. So now we've got double Titan on board. Gains another 500. He'll gain. He gets to negate one of our effects, but you know, whatever. Yeah, all we need to do is summon Punisher. Like that's what I'm saying. Like we're not out of it. We're not out of the game yet. Go to battle phase. Take out this guy. So he gains another 1,000 life points here. But he's gonna lose 1,400. Gonna set Call by the Grave. We're gonna set DD Crow since it's useless. We might as well try to see if we can use it as tribute fodder later on. Oh my god, 18,000 life points. What the hell? Okay, that's a good start. That's a good start. This is a good chance for us to wipe out a massive amount of his life points. Draw for turn, drawing the another Foxy Toon. That's again not really any use to us. But this is a solid opportunity to deal a bunch of damage. God damn, playing Yu-Gi-Oh like it's a freaking RPG. That's 6,400 points of damage. No, it's not. It's not every day. We do need to be wary of the number of cards left on our deck. It's 18. We still have plenty of time. How... See, all of our Xiamens are gone. So what needs to happen is we need to draw Thunder Dragon Dark here. Your boy. Spoke it into existence. God, I'm so good at this game. Don't you dare. Damn it! He knows how to play it. Fuck. God damn it. He knows how to play the game. Ah! He's got the antagonist power. He's the protagonist. I'm the protagonist. He's got the antagonist power of always having the answer. We almost thwarted his evil plan, and he just came back. At some point today, I will win this game. I will win. Right, we're gonna wipe out that. Okay, good. Whatever. You're gonna lose more life points this turn than you gained. Got him. I've got him down to 11k. Remember, he was at 18,000 last turn. He's now at 11. We're bringing him down. We're bringing him down rightly. Every time he sets a monster, we lose 3,700 points of damage. Evenly matched. Not what I want to be seeing right now. I need a monster to set so I can eventually tribute summon the Foxy Toon. Okay. We don't have like any low-level punk monsters left to summon. What hand traps do we have we can draw into? Could still see some... we should still have at least one maxi left in the deck. If we draw a Thunder Dragon Roar, we are absolutely in money. But even now, we're getting him down. We're whittling the number down. Imperm. Cool. Imperm will save me if he happens to draw the Grand Maju, right? If he draws the Grand Maju, Imperm wins me the game. He's getting scared now. We have officially taken the lead. We have taken the lead. We are 200 points ahead of him. To an extent, yeah. Destroyed. Never a doubt in my mind. Get out of here. Alrighty, so getting into the deck profile. Now we're going to start off, of course, with DD Crow. DD Crow is phenomenal, banishing a card from your opponent's graveyard. Really good against Tearlaments as well as a couple of other decks right now. The fact that it's a dark also helps. It means you've got additional banish fodder from your graveyard. It means you can grab it from the top of your deck off of the Chaos Ruler. Things like that. So its attribute is also pretty useful in this deck. Love to see it. Triple Max C because it's Max C. Triple Zeoman, pretty much your only normal summon in the deck. Actually, not pretty much, your exclusive normal summon. It can pay 600 life points, grabs any punk monster from your deck and adds it to your hand. Now that is very, very good, of course. Not only the search effect, being able to grab any of your other punk monsters, but also paying 600 life points. The reason that's useful is your Psychic End Punisher, which we will get to, benefits from you being at lower life points than your opponent. So Zeoman's going to basically guarantee that unless your opponent is going to pay some life points for one of their card effects, that you're going to be at lower life points than them. Which is really solid. Also, it's a level 3 tuner, which is super important to know. That's one of the main points of its utility, is the fact that it's a level 3 tuner. Then we got the Chaos Twins. These are here to be searched off of Chaos Space. You banish the opposing attribute to summon them, so you banish Dark to summon Light, you banish Light to summon Dark. Whenever one goes to the graveyard, you search for the other one. Pretty straightforward stuff. It's a way of just putting additional monsters, additional extenders on your board. They're not super necessary, to be perfectly honest with you. You could cut them if you really don't want to play them. And they're honestly only here because Chaos Space is so good. And we sort of want targets in our deck for Chaos Space. But yeah, 100%. These guys are mainly only here as some of the better targets to search for off of Chaos Space. Then we got the Thunder Dragon Dark, the premier Thunder Dragon monster. When this card is sent from the field to the graveyard or banished, you get to grab any Thunder Dragon card from your deck and add it straight to your hand, which is amazing. Of course, it being a dark means there's a plethora of ways you can banish it, either from your hand, like from Allure of Darkness, or from your graveyard through things like Chaos Space, Chaos Ruler, anything like that. So plenty of ways of triggering off that effect. Secondly, it also has a quick effect to discard itself to grab another copy of Thunder Dragon Dark and add it to your hand. Now, typically, you can only activate one of the Thunder Dragon's effects per turn. Same goes for Roar and Hawk. They all have 2 effects, and you can only use one of them per turn. That quick effect you would typically use alongside your Titan during your opponent's turn to basically have your Titan pop a card in your opponent's turn, which we'll talk about when we get to Titan. But both effects have their uses. During your turn, you're almost exclusively going to be using the Search. During your opponent's turn, you're going to be using the Discard effect. We've got No P.U.N.K Dear Note, the newest addition to the P.U.N.K roster, and definitely one of the most impactful. You'll be using this card every single game. You can reveal either itself, plus any other P.U.N.K monster in your hand to special summon one of them and send the other to the graveyard. Sometimes you'll summon it using that effect, other times you're just going to summon it straight from the deck off of Foxy Toon. But either way, once it's on the field, and if it leaves the field, you can then special summon any P.U.N.K monster from your graveyard, which is a very integral part of the combo, right? So typically speaking, what you'll do is you will, let's say you have no other cards, all you have is Xiamen and 4 blank cards. Typically you'll normal summon Xiamen. Xiamen will pay 600 life points to search for Foxy Toon. We'll talk about Foxy Toon's effect while we're on the topic. So Foxy Toon can discard itself as well as another card in your hand to special summon any P.U.N.K monster from your deck. So typically your Foxy Toon then summons Dear Note directly from the deck. Dear Note and Xiamen go into your Chaos Ruler. Then your Dear Note will revive a level 8, which will allow you to go into the Zombie Vampire. We did that combo, it must be at least 6, 7, 8 times during this video. So if you want to see that in action, just go back and watch it. I'm not going to spend too long talking about combos because, again, there's a ton of gameplay there. Watch it. So, you know, we pretty much cover everything and then some. We were thinking up new plays on the fly. But yeah, Dear Note will basically revive a P.U.N.K monster when it's sent to the graveyard, which is integral. Absolutely mandatory card. You can justify running 2 of this, to be honest. You could, if you really didn't want to run something like Evenly Matched, I would probably do this. Something to that effect. Another Dear Note is handy on occasion, but let's not complicate things just yet. Then we've got Thunder Dragon Hawk. This card is coming to 3 soon, which I don't really care about, but if this card's main effect, you can discard it from your hand to target a Thunder Dragon monster that is either banished or in your graveyard to special summon it to the field. Now, the reason that is so impactful, of course, is Thunder Dragon Colossus. This card can be special summoned by tributing a Thunder monster on your field during a turn in which a Thunder effect monster was activated in your hand. So, the activating of the Hawk to revive a Thunder Dragon is basically full satisfaction for the conditions of Colossus, because you've activated the Thunder in hand, and now you control the Thunder monster. So it's perfect. Thunder Dragon Hawk will typically be searched from your deck using the Dark, so that's why we're only using 1 copy of it. You could run 2. The only reason you would run 2 is if you're afraid of accidentally milling the 1 copy. Typically speaking, that's not too much of a concern, because instead of using Dark to search for it, you will instead use Roar to recycle it. So Roar has 2 effects, of course. You can discard it to target any Thunder Dragon card that is banished or in your graveyard to return it back to your hand. So worst case scenario, Roar can add it back. So it doesn't really matter too much. You don't need to play more than one of it. One of it's fine. Thunder Dragon Roar has a second effect. If it's either banished or sent from the field to the graveyard, you will get to special summon any Thunder Dragon monster directly from the deck in defense mode, but it gets bounced back to your hand during the end of that turn. Definitely a very useful way of getting Dark onto the field, so you can use Dark Search effect. So yeah, they all sort of just work in a big circle, ideally. Hawk has a banishment effect as well, but it's garbage. You could basically just mulligan your hand, which, you know, it's fine. You might find a use for it here and there, but its other effect is too useful. Foxy Toon, we've already sort of covered. Foxy Toon and Ogre Dance both have another effect where you contribute a P.U.N.K monster on your field to special summon them from your hand. It's an okay way of putting level 8 out there. You might use it here and there, but it's mainly here for its effect to summon any P.U.N.K monster directly from the deck by discarding itself and any other card. Ogre Dance, however, can discard just itself in order to add any other P.U.N.K monster from your deck to your hand. So it doesn't special summon, but it also has a lesser cost where it's just discarding itself. Now the thing is, the Foxy Tune and the Ogre Dance cannot summon / search for level 8s. It can only be anything that isn't a level 8, so your Deer Note or your Xiamen. If you want to throw in some other search targets, you can. Sharkusai is a decent one, but we're not going to complicate things right now. Typically speaking, your objective with these guys is putting Deer Note and Xiamen on your field. That's your only objective. Now we've got Gold Sark. Gold Sark, of course, being one of the quote-unquote god cards of the deck, basically allowing you to banish any of your Thunder Dragons directly from your deck to activate their effects. Typically Dark to get searching or Roar to get summoning. Gold Sark, definitely one of the better cards in the deck. Then we got triple Allure of Darkness. Of course, draw 2 cards, then banish any dark monster in your hand. I know we're not playing a ton of dark monsters in this deck, but the dark monsters that you do have are supremely searchable and very recyclable, and they benefit so much from being banished. Being able to Allure of Darkness to basically get rid of Thunder Dragon Dark or Roar turns this +1 into a +2, right? So normally you are just replacing itself because you're drawing 2 and then banishing 1, so it's net neutral in terms of card advantage. Whereas if you're banishing a Dark or a Roar off of it, it becomes a +1, which is super useful. Thunder Dragon Fusion. Thunder Dragon Fusion, another really good search target off of Dark, as well as creation of a resource loop with Roar. Thunder Dragon Fusion will shuffle back into your deck monsters that are on your field, in your graveyard, or in your banish pile to special summon a Fusion Thunder monster from your extra deck. So that is supremely useful in order to bring out Titan. Now we're running 2 of Titan because this card can banish itself from the graveyard on the turn. So long as it's not the turn it was sent to the grave, it can banish itself from the grave to search your deck for any Thunder Dragon monster. So the idea with this is you banish it, you want to search your deck for Thunder Dragon Roar. Roar then can activate its first effect to discard itself to grab Thunder Dragon Fusion back to your hand from your banish pile. So the idea of the combo is you summon out a Titan, frame 1, right, with your Thunder Dragon Fusion. If they manage to deal with your Titan, what you will do is you will banish this, grab your Roar, Roar discard, grab back your Fusion, then you activate Fusion, shuffle back in, Roar, Titan, and one other Thunder monster. I dare say you'll have something else in there like a Colossus or one of your other Thunder Dragons. You'll definitely have a Roar, and you'll definitely have a Titan, so you only need 1 more. So long as you have that 1 more, shuffle all 3 back in to summon your second Titan. Well, now you've still got a Titan in your extra deck, so if needs be, you can do that same thing again next turn, and then next turn, and then next turn, and it basically just means that you will always be able to summon out Thunder Dragon Titan, which is a beast of a monster, which we will get to when we're talking about the extra deck. But it's a very good resource loop. I think having this card in here, absolutely mandatory, at least as one of. Lots of people run 2. I don't think 2 is necessary, but definitely at least 1, for sure. Chaos Space. Sending a light or a dark monster from your hand to the graveyard will allow you to grab a Chaos Twin of the opposing attribute. So if you discard a dark, you grab a light. If you discard a light, you grab a dark. Of course, that's supremely useful with your Thunder Dragons, right? Because you can discard one of your Thunder Dragon, Dark, or Roar. Then you can grab the Wyver Burster from the deck off a Chaos Base. Then to summon the Wyver Burster, you'll need to banish a Dark monster from the grave. So you banish one of the Thunder Dragons you just discarded, summon your Wyver Burster, and trigger the effect of your Thunder Dragon. So this plus either of your Dark Thunder Dragons is basically full combo, which is awesome. It also has a secondary effect, which is very useful as well, where you can shuffle back into your deck from your banish pile one of your light or dark monsters that cannot be normal summoned or set, and basically draw a card. That's very useful for recycling not only your Chaos Twins themselves, but also recycling your extra deck monsters. Your Chaos Ruler, which will banish itself after it revives itself, we'll talk about that in a minute. If you banish your Zombie Vampire, you can shuffle that back, things like that. Your Colossus, Titan, whatever. As long as it cannot be normal summoned or set, which is inherent with any extra deck monster, then you can shuffle it back and draw a card. It's an amazing +1. We've got Emergency Teleport. Just like Sark, this is one of the quote-unquote god cards of the deck for sure. You get to special summon the Xiamen directly from your deck to the field, but it gets banished during the end phase. Not that it's going to be there. But again, just a phenomenal card, a really good way of getting Xiamen out there and getting your play started, because it is
Zeoman by itself starts the whole deck off, right? So Zeoman by itself will basically result in a zombie vampire plus 1 other monster on your field with 7 other cards having been sent to your graveyard, as well as you knowing exactly what deck your opponent is playing. All of that is coming off of a single card. So you still have 4 cards in your hand you can play with, or 4 cards if you hit something off of Chaos Ruler. But you still have 4 other cards in your hand to play with, and you've already got your graveyard set up. You've got 2 big monsters in the field which you can use to link someone off or to exceed or do whatever with, and you know exactly what deck your opponent's playing, so you know exactly how to set up your board to prepare for it. So incredible amount of advantage you can generate off of this card alone. So being able to just special summon it free of charge from the deck is great, because it frees up your normal summon for a second copy, or for a tribute summon, or for even trying to get one of your hand traps so that you have a decent level for some synchro plays. Sometimes you're going to find it awkward to go into things like Baron de Fleur unless you've got your Chaos Twins, which make your shooting Razor Dragon more consistent. If you don't have that, you'll find it a wee bit hard to go into Baron de Fleur often, unless you utilize some of your hand traps as additional summons. But again, let's not get too complicated. It basically just acts as 2 additional copies of Zeoman, which is dope. Called by the Grave, mandatory, have to play it. Evenly Matched, this is one of the new additions we added. We played this, we drew this 3 times and it was dead. We resolved it once and we still lost the match because it was against Tier and he had a bunch of plays he could get around it anyway. I'm not sure if I'm sold on Evenly Matched. You could talk me into it, but I'm not sure if I'm sold on it. You can replace this with basically anything you want. Yeah, I don't know if I'm totally sold on Evenly Matched. But either way, again, that's what we were playing, so that's what's here. And lastly, Infinite Impermanence. Definitely one of the premier hand traps of the current meta. If you're not playing this at 3, you're playing your deck wrong. I'm sorry, this card is incredible right now. It just stops so much, and the big thing about Imperm that some of our hand traps struggle to do is that it works against every major deck, right? It isn't just Tier, it's phenomenal against Tier. If you can Imperm their Kitkalos, they're struggling unless they have a backup play. But if you're against Flu, it stops Flu. If you're against Exosisters, it stops Exosisters. If you're, it basically works against everything, whereas not every card you can play it works against everything. Like Maxi, useless against Flu, DD Crow, useless against Flu, things like that. Whereas Imperm is always good. You might even, to be honest, Evenly Matched, you might want to replace it for something else that's also very good. Effect Veiler. Now the thing about Effect Veiler is that you cannot use it under things like Defissure or Dimension Shifter because it needs to go specifically to the graveyard. But it is definitely an option if you're not the biggest on Evenly Matched. Getting into the extra deck then, getting into our Thunder Dragon Colossus, the premier Thunder Dragon monster, still limited to 1, rightfully so. Thunder Dragons themselves don't have too much trouble recycling it, and I really don't want to be dealing with 3 Colossus in any other non-Thunder Dragon strategy, so fair enough. Basically, so long as this card is face up, your opponent cannot search their deck for cards. They can only add cards from their deck to the hand by drawing them, which hurts a lot of decks. This immediately shuts down both Rabina and Eaglin. Rabina and Eaglin cannot activate their effects, which means Flu is struggling, right? Insta beats Flu. And there are a number of other strategies where it makes their life very hard. For example, it stops Tearlaments for searching for cards, like off their field spell or off of Sullick's effect. So there's a whole bunch of things that stops. It's not super ridiculously impactful against Tier, which is why we need to back it up with this. That's why I feel like the regular Thunder Dragon strategy isn't really all that effective right now, because Colossus by itself isn't as impactful in this metagame as it has been in the past. It's still ridiculously good, but it's not as broken as it once was. And again, like I said, super easy to special summon. You just need to tribute a Thunder monster during a turn in which you activate a Thunder in hand. Pretty straightforward stuff. Thunder Dragon Titan. Oh, I should also mention that, like Titan, Colossus has the ability to protect itself from destruction simply by banishing any Thunder monster from the graveyard. Now, Titan has the ability to protect itself from card effect destruction, not battle, card effect destruction by banishing any 2 cards from the graveyard instead. Now that's any 2 cards, not Thunder, not anything else. So you can banish some random spell cards if you want.
Titan, of course, unlike Colossus at 2600, Titan has 3200 attack points, which means there's not a lot of things in the current meta that can swing over it. However, Tear being able to modulate attack points in the field and create a differential of up to 1000 does become problematic. They can boost their own field up by 500. I'm pretty sure it's by using the field spell they do that. I will double check that now because it'll bug me if I'm wrong. And then they use Tearlaments Scream to reduce you by 500. Yeah, so this boosts up by 500. This reduces your opponent by 500. So even with that impressive 3200 attack points, it's not going to be enough to stand up to Tear through brute force alone. So don't put too much stock in this. In that particular matchup, they will be able to swing over this. It can, however, as a quick effect, anytime you activate the effect of a Thunder Monster in hand, you can chain to that effect Titan to pop a card in the field without targeting, which is very, very good. Of course, again, effect destruction doesn't really work super well against Tear specifically, but being able to snipe some of their back row, being able to take out their, for example, Scream or Primeval Planet, yes, they get advantage off of it all, but you know what? It's still worth it, because at the end of the day, yes, they are going to be able to fusion summon, they are going to be able to search, they are going to be able to do whatever, but you still need to beat them. You can't exactly stand around doing nothing. So Titan, at the very least, can generate some advantage, and it's also supremely powerful in virtually every other matchup, right? No deck likes having their cards destroyed as consistently as Titan can destroy them, as well as being immune to effect destruction and having a huge 3200 attack points. And the fact that it comes back every single turn, it's hard to deal with, man. So a lot of decks just, they can't hold up to this. If their plan is to out-resource you or to try to outlast you, it's not going to work. Getting into our synchro monsters, we of course have the Black Rose Moonlight Dragon. This unfortunately did not make an appearance during the stream, but it is definitely very, very powerful. We just didn't have our Chaos Twins an awful lot during the stream, to be honest. But the Moonlight Dragon is great if on the turn it's special summoned, or if your opponent were to special summon a level 5 or higher monster. Once per turn, you get to target a special summon monster your opponent controls, send it right back to the hand. This is great against things like Tear, because the moment they summon their Kit Kalos, you just send it back. It's as easy as that. So yeah, Moonlight Dragon, love it, absolutely. Our other level 7, the Shooting Razor Dragon, this is primarily here for going into Baron de Fleur. Basically, when it's synchro summoned, you can send a monster from the extra deck to the graveyard, so long as its level is less than this guy, and you reduce his level by that monster's level. So normally you're going to send something like a Thunder Dragon Dark to change it to a level 2, so it can work alongside any of your level 8s to go into Baron de Fleur. That's usually the play. We also were running Fairy Tail Snow in this deck. Another purpose behind this card was to put Fairy Tail Snow into the graveyard in order to tune this with any of your level 4s to go into the Moonlight Dragon. So there's a few things it can do. Let's be fair, there is a few things it can do for sure. If you want to play Snow, absolutely play Snow. This card is good, right? I just didn't like how much we were drawing it, but you can absolutely play Snow. Like I said, if you're not a fan of Evenly Matched, play Snow. Play like a second Hawk, maybe, or maybe just triple up on your DD Crow. I think a second Hawk might be the way, or a second Deer Note even, and then just double up on one of these two guys, and then there you go. That's just what you'll play instead, something like that. But it is entirely up to you. There's also a whole bunch of other changes that people in chat were suggesting you can make. I'm not going to go into all of that right now because I don't want to confuse people, but like I said, this deck is so modular that you can sort of build it whatever way you want, right? As long as you've got the core mechanics in there, everything else is free choice. Anyway, getting back to it, our level 8 premier synchro monster of the deck, the Chaos Ruler. Everyone wants this card banned. I don't know. It's ridiculously strong, but I like it so much. Come on, man. When it's summoned, you look at the top 5 cards of your deck. You check them for light or dark monsters. If there is a light or a dark monster among them, you get to add one of them to your hand. A little +1 doesn't hurt. That's why we're running things like DD Crow. And the rest of them go to the graveyard, which is awesome. It can also revive itself from the graveyard by banishing a light and a dark monster from your hand and or grave to bring itself right back. And as a level 8 monster, that is supremely useful in order to go into either a rank 8 Exceed plays or acting as
primarily what it was used for was acting as synchro material for the Psychic End Punisher, and this card was the real MVP of the whole stream, for sure. So the Chaos Ruler being able to constantly revive itself, as well as its revival conditions being beneficial to the deck, banishing from the graveyard. It's hard to ask for more, to be honest with you. Its level is perfect, its effect is perfect, its attribute is perfect, its 3k beater. You know, it's hard to ask for a better card. Going into our level 10 Baron de Fleur, we didn't use this at all during the stream. It definitely has a place alongside the Shooting Razor Dragon, but the Shooting Razor Dragon we had taken out for a while for Abyss Dweller. We didn't like Abyss Dweller, to be honest. Definitely not. It was better when we were playing Snow, but after we took Snow out, Abyss Dweller was just no point in having it. So the Baron de Fleur, typically here to be summoned off of your Razor Dragon plus any of your level 8s. Not too hard to summon, it takes a little bit of setting up. You'll not bring this card out very often, but it is a nice one to have in your back pocket. The Psychic End Punisher. If your life points are less than or equal to your opponent's, this card is unaffected by your opponent's activated effects. Already off to a good start, considering it's got 3,500 attack points. And it's unaffected, which is awesome. Once per turn, pay 1,000 life points, target a monster you control and any card your opponent controls, banish both. Spot removal, sign me up, plus you're paying life points, which makes you more consistently lower than your opponent, which means its protection is active more often. Sign me up. And lastly, and this is the effect that wins you the games, at the start of the battle phase, this card will gain attack points equal to the difference between your life points and your opponent's life points. That can be absolutely devastating. There were points where we had this monster, again, in one of the replays, we had this guy at 10,000 attack points. Incredible. This guy will just absolutely eviscerate anything. Him being unaffected as well, man, it's hard to get too much of this card. This card is incredible. Honestly, for sure the MVP of this stream, not only in this deck, but in a range of other ones that we were playing. Psychic End Punisher is incredible. And its level is so niche. Level 11, I mention this every time I talk about this card. Level 11 is level 3 plus any of your level 8s, which is such an awkward level, or at least it used to be, where you didn't know what to do with that. Whereas now you've got the perfect card to play. It's amusing. We've got number 38, the Hope Harbinger Dragon Titanic Galaxy. It's just a generic rank 8. We didn't use it at all. It's a nice one to have in the back pocket. Like I said, it wins you some games. But it is not one that we use very often, considering there are usually other better things we can use our level 8s for. But it's a generic spell negate, it redirects attacks, it does some stuff, it's pretty cool. Our premier rank 8 though, the Zombie Vampire. Zombie Vampire will detach a material to send the top 4 cards of both players' deck to the graveyard, then you can choose any monster among those 8 cards and summon it to your field. So you gain a massive amount of advantage. And yes, I know what you're thinking. If your opponent is playing a card that benefits from stuff being in the graveyard, you're going to put yourself at a disadvantage. However, usually what you can do is, if you only mill one card of theirs, that's going to give them an advantage in grave, then you can take that card and summon it to your field, and then it doesn't get the chance to activate its effect, because it was summoned before the resolution of the effect that sent it to the graveyard. It's a bit of a complicated ruling, but like, for example, if you're playing against Tear and you send a Tear name to the graveyard, like we did in one of the replays, we sent a Rhino Heart to the graveyard and we just stole the Rhino Heart before it could use its effect, and it didn't do anything. Perfect. And then we knew we were playing against Tear, we were able to use that information to go in and attempt to win the game. Pretty straightforward stuff. So basically just Monster Reborn, and it gives you a monster back, it extends, it allows you to make use of your Chaos Ruler even more. It fills up your graveyard even more. It's just a phenomenal card. Absolutely. Striker Dragon, purely here for our twins. So you can summon one, link it off into the Striker Dragon. That triggers its effect to search for the other, summon the other, and then you basically have 2 monsters on your board for the price of nothing. So you have 2 monsters on board, and you haven't normal summoned, you haven't done anything else. So it basically just starts you off in a really strong position, because you can link summon into like Cross Sheep or something like that. You can go into well, you can't go into Mask Arena because you have Striker. It's mainly here for Cross Sheep, to be honest, or for getting an additional level 4 onto your board for your Zeoman to go into one of your level 7s. There's a bunch of reasons you can do it. Striker Dragon is not integral to the deck, you can survive without it,
If you're really tight on extra deck space, you really want to play something else, you can. It's not mandatory, but it is useful for sure. We've got Masquerena. Masquerena, this card became even better towards the end of the stream after our inclusion of Sprite Elf into the deck. Basically just lets you link summon during your opponent's turn into your Nightmare Unicorn. Nightmare Unicorn on summon, discard a card, spin one of your opponent's card back into the deck. So that's why Masquerena and Unicorn are here. Cross Sheep. Cross Sheep basically is Cross Sheep's really solid. It's the only non-SR/UR in this deck. Every other card here is an SR or a UR. This is the only card that isn't. And it's really good. We use it probably more than most cards in the extra deck. We bring it out more consistently than virtually. We bring it out as consistently as we bring out the Chaos Ruler and the Zombie Vampire, which is basically every game. Cross Sheep has effects. It gains effects depending on the types of... whenever you summon a monster to one of the zones that this card points to, it gains effects based upon the types of cards that it points to, right? So if there's a ritual monster, you draw 2, discard 2. If it's a fusion monster, you revive a level 4 or lower. If it's a synchro monster, all your monsters gain 700 attack points, and if it's an exceed monster, then all of your opponents lose 700 attack points, and it gains as many of the effects as are applicable. So what we aim to do is we aim to do fusion and synchro. So fusion, very easy to satisfy with our Colossus. We just special summon our Colossus to one of its zones. We instantly get to revive our Xiamen, which is huge, right? Because Xiamen is the only tuner in the deck, and you really want to abuse that as much as you can. So being able to revive it off a Cross Sheep often results in you being able to go into things like the Moonlight Dragon, or go into IP Masquerena, things like that. So that Monster Reborn is helpful, and the synchro effect of giving all your monsters a permanent 700 attack boost. If you're doing that on your Psychic and Punisher and your Colossus, which typically you will, you're going to end up with a 4200 attack point base Psychic and Punisher and a 3300 attack point Colossus, which is insane, right? That's really good. Colossus, one of its big downsides is that it's only got 2600 attack points. It's a really solid card, it's got really good protection, but it can't exactly swing over a lot of opposing monsters. Whereas that additional 700 attack points does make a difference. It really does. It sounds daft, but it really makes a difference. Sprite Elf. This card was added in because quite often we were left in positions where Cross Sheep, of course, was pointing at 2 monsters, a Synchro and an Exceed monster, and we didn't want to get rid of either of those, but because the 2 zones were filled, we couldn't link summon. Unless we wanted to go straight into Unicorn, because you cannot use a link monster for the summon of IP Masquerena, which meant often Cross Sheep was blocking our access to Masquerena. Sprite Elf fixed that. Not only are you able to use Cross Sheep as one of the materials for your Sprite Elf having a built-in Monster Reborn to bring back one of your cards every single turn is really solid, but one of its main benefits is that it makes the monsters that it points to untargetable. So your Colossus is now 3300 attack points, cannot be destroyed, and is now untargetable. It's essentially an Avramax with a Floodgate, right? It's incredible, for sure. So Sprite Elf, definitely a really good addition. Makes your big monsters untargetable. They're already difficult to get rid of, so one added layer of protection plus the additional 700 points of attack, it adds up. It's huge. And being able to revive a monster every turn means that you're going to be able to more easily summon your Cross Sheep, your IP Masquerena. Now, bear in mind, if you are going to be doing it like that, it's important that you summon your Colossus to the middle zone of the field. Middle zone. It needs to be the middle zone, because you need to have a zone free that it points to link summon. So if you do, realistically, what you're probably going to do is do Cross Sheep on one side of the field to get all of its effects, and then you want to do Sprite Elf on the other so that it has an open arrow zone to point to summon at Masquerena. Very important placement. So Cross Sheep on one side, Sprite Elf on the other, and if you want your Colossus to have that protection, it needs to be in the middle. Summon Colossus in the middle of the field, Cross Sheep on one side, Elf on the other. PSA. Do with that information as you will, and we've already talked about Unicorn. So there you go. That is the deck. This is a very long deck profile. We've been recording for a long time. This video is over 2 hours long at this point. Am I sorry about it? No, it was a blast. And I hope you enjoyed it if you got this far.
seek help, but I appreciate it. Subscribe if you haven't, like the video if you haven't. Really do appreciate you watching this far. I really do. If anyone, and maybe I'm speaking to myself here, not everyone watches right to the end, but if you are, I appreciate it. And I'll see you next time. Bye bye.